today we want to show you. We're going to use this very summit as our case study. Because if you are sitting here today, it's because you are experiencing the output of the system we are about to show you. So this year we have 5,000 participants, 800 plus decision makers, more than 1,000 companies participating, and all these numbers, okay? So how many full-time employees do you think are behind this effort? I just want you to throw numbers. 10, 20? Okay, so there is one full-time employee running the show. And of course, we have a support team during the last month to make it happen. And I think this is something that is also incredible for us. And we want to share how this works and how we use our superpower to make it happen. And the superpower is called, of course, Wiserwork. It's all about meetings. So this is our fourth GenAI summit. Over the last 3 years, we kept noticing the same pattern. So we didn't lack ideas, we didn't lack sponsor or work ethic or creativity. So the bottleneck has always been our meetings. So we were drowning in endless calls, scattered nodes, who owns these questions, and missed follow-ups that cost us a lot of money and time. So we knew what we had to do. We just couldn't reliably turn every discussion into clear action and clear owners and deadlines because we were handling too many relationships. So we built Wiserwork.
So let's see exactly what is Wiserwork. We built a tool that has 3 agents. We'll look at meetings 360, end-to-end, from beginning to end. Not just what happens after the meeting has a note take. These are our 3 agents. Curator agent that helps us before the meeting. We'll see exactly in a little bit what we do with these agents. To moderate an AI agent, here is a meeting, how it helps us moderate the discussion of the action items, and the project manager, my personal favorite, we'll see in the end. So this is the curator. What happens before the meeting? How we help ourselves and our teams being better prepared before they enter a meeting. Let's play the video. So here, before the meeting, you can see I start chatting with our tool. I know exactly what I want to talk about. So these are the topics. I put them in the system. And I start discussing to make sure I'm very well prepared. So how many minutes or how much time in general do I want to allocate to its agenda item? Who is the owner of that agenda item? Because imagine if you have to enter a meeting and you don't know exactly what you need to contribute to that meeting. With this tool, with the agenda that everybody receives, as we're going to say in a few minutes, that everybody receives, you know exactly when you're supposed to pitch in a meeting and you can be better prepared. Here, the other thing that we can also do, we can upload pre-reading material. For instance, let's say we have a meeting about company policies. We can upload these files so the whole team reads them before they enter the meeting. We see here the agenda is shared with all the participants, and we are ready to get into the meeting very well prepared, augmenting our cognitive load. Now we're going to see a real meeting, exactly what happens with the AI moderator. On that side of the page, you will see the agenda items. This is what we prepared before that we started with the AI curator. And on that side, these are the action items. I think this is the real power of Wiserwork. With our own language, we don't need to write or anything. We can assign action items to the team members.
Let's see what's going on right after.
Hi, Yiorgos.
Yes, Vicky, how are you?
Very well, thank you. And you?
Not bad, not bad. Let's do the GenAI Summit sales update for this week.
Exactly. Hey, Wiser, let's move to the first topic. So ABC, George contacted us about this year's GenAI Summit.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they had a great presence on the summit last year.
Yes, and they want to participate again. They have just requested for a 20% discount from last year's contract.
Okay, sure. They will pay us by the end of the month. We are accepting the discount.
Perfect. So, hey, Wiser, add an action item to me to build a tailor-made package for ABC company by next Monday.
Nice. Okay. Hey, Wiser, let's move to the next topic. Let's talk about XYZ company. I think this is a new account, right?
Yes, it will be their first time as sponsors at the summit.
Nice. Nice. Okay. They just bought tickets, I think, last year.
Exactly, and they enjoyed it so much, the participation, that they want to offer it to all their employees this year.
Nice. Nice. Do they want the gold package, you said?
Yes, with an additional 20 tickets.
Sure. Okay. We are fine with that. They pay 2K more. Okay. Hey, Wiser, let's add an action item for Vicky by next Thursday to build an offer for the gold package for XYZ.
Perfect. Hey, Wiser, let's move to the last topic.
Yes. Okay. But let's see. What about next steps and planning?
Well, good news here. We're out of booth space, so we're basically sold out.
Yes. Nice. Nice. We need to update this information on our templates.
Sure, yeah. Hey, Wiser, add an action item for Yiorgos to update the HubSpot template by tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. Very good. I agree. That's all I think for now, right?
Yes, there is another important thing that we need to look at, which is how we update the templates. Are we going to write sold out, or are we going to just erase completely the booth option?
I see. I see. Okay. I'm thinking of erasing the booth option completely because we are totally out of space also on the floors. So we should move forward with that and reduce the price, I think, right?
Should we inform the marketing team as well?
Sure. We should certainly do so with Theodoti and team. Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you.
But we're a bit running out of time on that agenda item, but that was important.
You're right.
So we're good. Thank you, George.
Let's wrap it up. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Okay, this is what we do every day, multiple times. So everything runs on a Wiserwork. And yeah, this whole environment, as we said, is designed around one core principle. We are biased to action. So first of all, you saw the timing. Everyone knows exactly how much time we have in each topic. We stay disciplined. Nobody can monopolize the conversation. When we ran out of time, the bar turned orange. This is instant feedback, and we want instant feedback live in the meeting, not after the meeting. So then look what happens with the action items. The agent writes them live as the conversation is happening. This is important because you don't wait until after the meeting ends to see what was decided, unlike all the note takers out there. So you see the actions immediately. You can edit them immediately. Everyone can agree or disagree. And finally, refine and commit. That's very, very, very important. So all this is being done live. We know what has to be done, who is the owner, and what is the due date. Simple things that change completely the game. It keeps the whole meeting aligned in real time. Nothing is vague. Nothing is lost. Nothing waits until later. So this is what we mean by bias to action. And every part of the meeting environment pushes you toward clarity, decisions, and ownership while you're still in the room. That's the most important thing. So, Vicky,
Perfect. Thank you.
let me do this.
So now I'll take you to my personal favorite, my playground. Just give me a second, which is the project manager. What happens after the meeting? We had the agenda. The meeting was fantastic. But what happens afterwards? These are the meetings I had for today. I obviously didn't join. So let's go to the past meetings page and view the meeting details. This is the meeting that we just saw. We see here the efficiency and the effectiveness. As we said, the efficiency is linked to the time. We see here one topic was over time. We can see the exact topic. It was important for us to talk about it. So fantastic. And that is the effectiveness. The effectiveness is linked to the action items. For instance, I have for today to create the custom package. If I did that, we see here the effectiveness of the meeting goes up. Let's say I don't remember exactly what was that action item about. Everything is time-stamped. So if I click here, it takes me to the exact moment in the meeting that this particular action item was discussed. We have the search here. Let's say I want to see what happens with tickets. So exactly as we do in a Word doc, it takes me where the word tickets was mentioned during the meeting, so I can have the context. Now going back here, you can see in the action items that in more complicated action items, it gives us the context right here. So you may not see that in the moderator agent, but you will see that in the PM agent. Here we also have bullet points, what was discussed in the meeting based on the agenda items, and as we saw before, the full transcription. Now let's see if I want to see all my action items from every meeting. I go here, and I can see all my action items, so I can keep track of my work. It's like a project management tool. So this is the PM. So let's see what happens with agendas when we have recurring meetings. What we saw before was the first of a series of recurring meetings. Right now, I have the same meeting to prepare for and align with George next week. So if I want to prepare the agenda, I can do that automatically because it gathers the context from everything we discussed in the previous meeting. So it suggests the agenda automatically. If I hadn't done any of my action items assigned in the previous meeting, it would bring those here to be discussed the week after. So that took like less than 10 seconds. We can edit, of course, this. Here that is the case. I want to add something else in that agenda. So I can add my next agenda item and it takes it to the new agenda. But this is great value if we have many recurring meetings and we need to refer back to the context.
You can also edit the agenda, of course, and all the stuff. But the point that Vicky makes is that with one click, you can have everything you need if we speak about a recurring meeting and we have already a lot of context from the previous ones. We can use the transcript. And not only the transcript, that's very important. It's all the data, the metadata, everything, even the efficiency scores and the effectiveness scores, and do whatever you want. So we are obsessed with automations in 100 Mentors, but we're also obsessed with sharing what we built with everybody else. So, for example, right now, what we do is that we get the transcript. Oh, let's stay with a case about the summit. So I make some calls about sponsorships for the summit, and I speak with hundreds of potential sponsors. We converted 67 of them, as you saw, and we talk a lot about what kind of packages they are gonna buy, what they want exactly, what are their needs, and like they want tickets, they want a mix of assets, they want speaking opportunities. All this we get from Wiserwork, we put it on ChatGPT, we draft an email, and then I just receive 2 minutes after my meeting an email on my Slack that says your draft email for this sponsor, potential sponsor, is ready, and I just need to make the last miles happen. I get everything. Well, this is the automation. We can share it with everybody. And this is pretty much what we do. I mean, with other tools as well. But it's very easy that every meeting is an effectiveness festival, I would say. Because when I have like 100 calls this last month for sponsorships for this event, the fact that I have a follow-up email that I only need a 5 to 10% of the entire email to, edit it. And sometimes I just push a click and it's all sent exactly as we made it. That saves me, 5 to 10 hours at least per week. And this happens with every single workflow we can automate within 100 Mentors and within your companies, of course. This is available and we do it for many, many workflows, no matter what the case is. I just mentioned a sales one. So again, why us? Wiserwork is not our first software. We have built we have built at least 2-3 softwares. Miltos, our CTO, knows that very well, and all the team, the engineering team. We have been doing mentoring for the last 5, 6, 7 years. And mentoring is a meeting where the main owner, the one who has skin in the game, the mentee, is the less efficient and effective, the less skilled person to run efficient and effective meetings. So we had a challenge. How do you bring together someone who doesn't know how to run a meeting? Usually students, I don't know whether you know the tipping point, it's run all on 100 Mentor software. And we speak about students who are craving for very good meetings, but they don't know how to run efficient and effective meetings with someone whose time is extremely precious, extremely valuable. And how do we expect a meaningful conversation to simply happen? You don't. It's a miracle doesn't happen by accident. This is my point. So we had to, and we say that arrogantly enough, we had to become the Harvard of meetings. We studied companies like Netflix, Amazon, with the best practices in running meetings, but we also have an experience of years seeing what has worked within the mentoring setting, which is a meeting, right? So you need to design an environment where the miracle can happen. We've spent years designing environments where people with very different abilities, experiences, and expectations can still come together and have extraordinary meetings. So we studied a lot. We found out besides like our experiential learning, we made a lot of discovery calls, 100 discovery calls with clients. We figured out what the problems are in the first, the main problems, also the most common problems, the most important, I would say, problems. Then we wanted to see what the existing solutions can solve out of these problems, and we were not happy. We figured out what we do with Wiserwork, and I want to finish with this. You need to study the meetings and become the Harvard of meetings to realize that not only you have to deal with problems before, during, and after a meeting, but you also have to distinguish between the so-called low leverage tasks and the high cognitive tasks. So when we have low leverage tasks like note-taking, you can automate it with AI. You also have high cognitive tasks, and those are about judgment and applying real skills during the meeting. The real wisdom is not about having a knowledge or something that you read, but is how you know how to apply it in the moment when there is a problem, when you have something crucial to solve, or when you have humans debating and, conflicting egos, I would say, within a meeting. So this is real wisdom. It takes real seniority, and we only can augment the high cognitive tasks. You can automate low leverage tasks. You can augment the high cognitive tasks. And what you saw with the moderator, everything that happened live, is more about the cognitive tasks. Simple things that can drive your conversation to become efficient and effective. How do you drive effectiveness and efficiency during the meeting? And all of this, the moderator is available right now, and we have dozens of teams that use it, and we are very happy to see that for the first time, somebody deals with the high cognitive tasks. The result of it is that we have, on average, plus 15% efficiency. Our meetings are on time, and plus 40% in effectiveness, which means that you produce action items, but you also deliver them on time. And you have our agent post-meeting to follow up and make sure with the action items that Vicky showed that everybody is aligned. And as a meeting owner, I don't need to go and chase anybody to do their tasks. So the most important for us is that 72% of participants feel that meetings are significantly better with Wiserwork, and 90% of the managers, it's a very good tool for managers. Meeting owners feel that they are better leaders when using Wiserwork. So I think it's all about how we feel after we finish a meeting. And of course, we invite you to try our new tool. Thank you.